What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to JJD TV. I'm your host, Josh, and we are here for a nice little watch-along. It's not a Dortmund watch-along, but I mean, it's got a Bundesliga team involved. It should be fun. It is Barca. It is Bayern. And I'm excited for it. A lot of people think that it's going to be an absolute blowout. We will see. We will see. Hopefully you guys are doing good today. Hopefully you guys are excited. I'm going to bring up the starting 11 for you guys as well, just to see how the boys are lining up today. And yeah, I'm assuming some of you guys probably watched that that disaster class from our friends over at at United, and probably made some of you guys pretty happy, which I totally understand. Jesse Lingard showing why he is a club legend over at United. But hopefully you guys are doing well today. Here is the starting 11. And before we get just into it, the game is relatively close to kicking off. I'm just going to go through the chat and say hello to everyone today. If you're excited, be sure to drop a like. This should be a pretty intriguing match between the two today. Winning day. We got a couple Bayern fans that should be probably tuning in as well. I came for the pregame show. Well, this is sort of the pregame show. You'll get into it. Get a little knowledge, I guess. Lingard has just given the young boys the win. I saw that. The young American taking advantage of that. Gotta question a little bit of the United team there, especially Wan-Bissaka picking up that red. United lost pro to the young boys. Yeah, gotta respect a Dortmund fan watching a Bayern game. You're our George replacement. Yeah, but I mean, I always find, and you guys can pitch in here, but I always find that the Bundesliga fans come together during Champions League. Now, we'll be doing our Dortmund watch-along tomorrow in the Besiktas game, but I mean, I'm going to watch this game regardless. I'm pretty excited for it. I like watching Barca this year because it's just a disaster waiting to happen, and I don't know. I just felt like it was a fun little game to do, test it out, and yeah, I mean, again, correct me if I'm wrong, but there is a mutual understanding of Bundesliga fans when it comes to the Champions League, so I figured I'd do a Bundesliga Bayern watch along today with our Dortmund 1. Tomorrow, I'm a Barca fan, and I think it'll be 2-2, but I am not confident. Yeah. If I had to put money on it, I'd be putting money on Bayern today, unfortunately, for the Barca fans in the chat. Lingard has signed for young boys. Clearly because of that assist. Yeah, that was just a complete the reverse Ozil. Happy for young boys. Always love when the underdog defeat money. There you go. It was a beautiful assist. A beautiful assist today. Donald Doug says, dang, George is done with YouTube. He has our dude doing a live stream for Bayern. Yeah, I saw that George shared the stream, and he's still not able, I guess, to I guess, contribute. I don't know. But regardless, yes, the breaking news of today was that Lingard actually did indeed sign for young boys. But let's take a look at the starting 11 today. So we'll take a look over at Barca first, who they've gone with the 3-5-2 system today. For you guys who aren't familiar, Braithwaite did unfortunately get into a pretty serious injury and will be out until I believe the New Year. So not a lot of attacking options. Literally, I think right now there's basically two options for... I mean, Coutinho is there. I guess Coutinho probably could have maybe started if they want to do like a 4-3-3. Serginho Dest did not get the start. But yeah, it's an interesting lineup for Barca. I have a feeling it's gonna backfire, but they are lining up in the 3-5-2 today. Ter Stegen is in net. Right wing back will be Sergi Roberto, which will be a huge hole for them. I would have started Dest, in my opinion. He's better in a wing back anyways. Araujo, Piqué, and Garcia, the three center backs, with Alba riding out on the left wing back. Three solid midfielders with Busquets, De Jong, and Pedri, and then two up front. We got Memphis Depay along with Luc De Jong. Not the firepower that scares the crap out of you, but I don't know. It'll be an interesting team. Probably, I want to say probably the right setup, but I just don't see this 3-5-2 holding up against Bayern today. They're lining up in the 4-3-2-1, the similar approach for Nagelsmann. Neuer's in net, Pavard, Upamecano, Sula, and Davies in the back four with Goretzka, Kimmich. They got Sane out on the right. Jamal Musiala, who's on rapid form, is on the left. Muller through the middle, and Lewandowski up front. Decent starting 11 for both, but let me know what you guys think today. Who do you guys think is going to take this? Bayern or Barca? Because the poll was indicating that, you know, it's not going to be Barca. Manchester United, we're all LOL. Hello, Josh. How you doing today, my man? Barca fan tuning into the chat was shambles from Ole. Yeah, I don't rate Ole much anyways. Ref was a joke in the man versus young boys games. Yeah. Josh, who are you supporting tonight? Bayern, of course. The Bundesliga supporters support all the German teams in Europe. That's usually how it goes. That's why I'm doing the watch along today. I mean, like I said, there is a nice mutual understanding with Bundesliga fans when it comes to Europe. I do have a nice soft spot for Barca. So, I mean, Bayern aren't my favorite club. You guys probably know that, but I do like seeing them do well just to make the Bundesliga look good when it comes to the Champions League. So, I don't know. I'm kind of watching it as a neutral, I guess. Barca, kind of defensive, don't you think? Yeah, I mean, that's why I said, I mean, the right play, in my opinion, I guess on paper would have been this 3-5-2 approach. However, I don't think it's going to come off properly. I think, unfortunately, for Ron Koeman, it's just going to be a disaster. I really do. I don't see this being a solid performance from them. Hopefully, they can defend and make it somewhat of a match, but all in all, I just don't think there's enough quality in this Barca squad. I've watched them a lot this year just because, like I said, seeing Messi leave, they fascinated me. They've done okay with some questionable performances, but, I mean, Luke de Jong's up front with Memphis Depay. They got Sergio Roberto at wingback, which I think is going to be a huge, huge hole for them. Midfield looks good. The defense, Eric Garcia has not been performing very good this season. Araujo is still very young, and then, of course, I think PK, it will play to his advantage playing through the middle. I don't know. I think everything today looks like it's going to be a nice performance for Bayern today, if I'm being completely honest. But let me know what you guys think. Let's see your predictions coming in. Koeman is just not a big game. I hope he proves me wrong. Something is missing here. Tino, how you doing, my man? Who you going for today? I guess for anyone who's a neutral, if you have a preference in any way. Yeah, I mean, he's gonna have an opportunity to do so here, but I don't know, man. I don't see it going too well for him. No Dest, Fonzie running wild. Yeah, if I'm looking at one key matchup in this match, I'm looking at Alphonso Davies going at Sergi Roberto. Because I don't know. I just don't think he's going to have the pace. I mean, Serginho Dest, to be fair, I don't think would have done much better. I think it would have just been more influential on the attack. So Araujo's going to have to cover on that right-hand side, covering up with Davies, just continually probably putting pressure on him. We got an 8-2 prediction for Bayern. Not really. I think 2-2. You think 2-2. If I'm going to put a prediction, I'd probably say 3-1 for Bayern. Would be my prediction if I had to put money on it. Mr. Carlson's tuned in and said Depay masterclass incoming. Angie says, woohoo, let's get this party started with the German flags, which tells me Angie's probably going for Bayern today. I'm going to say 4-0 for Bayern. Massive prediction, not totally unrealistic. Before anyone asks where to watch, Amazon Prime is your friend. Really? Tino, I'm going to need you to elaborate on that. Is that for anyone, or is it restricted to certain areas? Because you're in the States, so that's interesting. But if you guys are tuning in, be sure to drop a like on the channel. If you're just tuning in, put in your score predictions, subscribe, all that fun stuff, as we're about 4-ish minutes away from kickoff here. 2-2 is my prediction. I just don't see it being that close, but that's just me. White says Bundesliga only. The 5 in the back shows the respect Barca has for Bayern. Yeah, and also, I mean, for you, I don't know if you guys have watched a lot of Barca this year, but I mean, there has been some good things going forward, but their entire front line, I mean, they've sold Griezmann now, the injury to Braithwaite, they brought in Luke de Jong, who knows what he's going to do. Can't imagine he's going to be very influential. I mean, the most useful thing that de Jong's going to do is just to get in the box and try to get a header on it, but where's the ball going to come from? It's going to have to be Depay, who's going to maybe shift out to the right, because Alba can put in good balls through the left. I'm not relying on Sergio Roberto bombing up and down the pitch. It's a very defensive approach for Barca, and like I said, all in all, I'm pretty confident it's going to be an easy little game here for Barca, or for Bayern, but we will have to see. I'm going for a 3-2 win for Barca. Ballsy call from Mr. Carlson. 4-0 is my prediction from Donald Duck. I would prefer Sane on the left with Davies. He does better there. And the lineup is showing Sane on the right, but he could easily slide over to the left. And if you're going to be completely honest, it would be nice to have both Davies and Sane with that pace going at Sergio Roberto. I think it would put him under a lot of pressure. Depay is in his prime right now. Yeah. The one big thing that any Barca fan should take away from this match is that Depay is fun to watch. He really, really is. He's the only influential player going forward, in my opinion, for Barca at the moment from the front three. It's going to be a different front three. Philip Coutinho, expect him to get some minutes. But right now, it's going to be, if anything is going to happen for Barca this game, it's going to have to come through Memphis. Angie says, yep, going for Bayern. 5-0 win. Who do you support in the game? I personally like Barca more than I like Bayern, because I just do. I like Dortmund, so I mean going for Bayern and not easy. But when it comes to the Champions League, I do like seeing Bundesliga clubs do well. And like I said, I mean I don't really care. Sort of a neutral in this game. Just hope for a good match. But if I was putting money on it, I would go for Bayern. But Bayern are gonna. I mean I don't know. I'm very confident they're going to win. I think that they're a much better team right now, and it's just going to be a tough challenge. And also Bundesliga fans all the way. For Bundesliga fans, like I said, there's that mutual respect that we want to see other Bundesliga teams do well. So, Depay flop class incoming. 3-1 for Bayern is Angie's prediction. That's fair, but I pay for it. Interesting. Has all the US games. Hi Josh, I know that this isn't about BBB, but BBB should buy Sergi Roberto. He's basically the same as Guerrero. I don't think Sergi Roberto would fit Dortmund very well. I don't rate him as a fullback. I don't rate him genuinely as a solid player. That's just my opinion on him. If we were targeting a fullback, I'd target Serginho Dest, much different type of fullback. But I don't know. Let me know if you guys agree with Luca there. If you think Sergi Roberto would be a fit for Dortmund, because I don't think he's even close to a player like Guerrero is. But that's just me. That is just my opinion. As much as I hate Bayern, I hope the best for the Bundesliga. It's a fair way to put it, and I absolutely understand what you're saying. Would love to see an 8-2, but I don't think it'll be that high. Yeah, I don't think so either. Who's Barca's best player on the bench? Barca's best player on the bench. Let's take a look. Coutinho is one. I don't know if it's his best player from the bench, but players who will come off and maybe make a difference. Coutinho, Ricky Pugh, Serginho Dest. The depth on the bench isn't ideal. Where, Choupo-Moting, Coman, Gnabry, Punasar. Yeah, I don't know. The bench isn't that strong in my opinion. But kickoff is about to get started, guys. So if you haven't done so yet, be sure to drop a like on the stream. Subscribe if you have any new faces around here, and let's get this thing going. Gonna bring up the live score for you guys as well. Get the ticker going. Hopefully it is nice here for you guys. I think that made it a little fatter. There we go. That looks nice. That looks beautiful. All right, let's get this thing started. Kickoff is underway. And little excited. Last time these guys, there's some pretty intense score lines. Remember the Messi putting Boateng on his ass and then the little chip followed by the 8-2 domination. There's always been some bangers in these clashes, guys. So this should hopefully be another good match today. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Marco Reus better than all Bayern players, all players in the world. From Luca, can't argue with that, man. That's just pure logic. Bayern again in the white shirts. Good memories. Hope Coutinho doesn't score 2 today. I'm curious, for any Barca fans in the chat, let me know what your guys' thoughts on your attack. Because that's where I'm very curious. Like I said, I've been watching Barca a lot this year because it just fascinates me, the destruction this team has brought onto itself, giving Griezmann away for absolutely nothing, just getting rid of every single person they can, with the big highlight being Memphis Depay. Oh, Sergio Roberto, a little run there. And now your front three is looking like, because Fati's still out for a little bit, Coutinho is back, Dembele's out to the end of October, as is Aguero. So your front three could look like Depay with Coutinho and Fati once he's back, or Depay on a wing with Coutinho and De Jong. Right now it's played in a 2. It's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be interesting. But if you guys are excited, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, and put your predictions in one more time before this thing really gets going. Hello, Josh. Do you think Bayern will win today? If I was a betting man, yes. I'd put money on Bayern winning. And Angie, just like you maybe called or thought, Sane is playing on the left today alongside Alphonso Davies. So that's a lot of pace coming towards the right wing back of Sergio Roberto, which is not very ideal for him. Anybody but Bayern. Interested to see what Luke de Jong debut. Like I said, the only way I see de Jong having an impact on this game is for him just to get in the box and hope for some crosses coming in. But I just don't see Sergio Roberto bombing up and down that pitch. We already saw a nice ball from Depay to try to pick him out. He just doesn't have that speed, doesn't have that offensive approach that really can make a difference. I think Alba will have some opportunities going forward down the left, especially with the three at the back. But like I said, the importance is going to come through Memphis today, and we know that. Man, Davies is fast. He is. He is. Also, that 7-0 victory over two legs in 2013. Yep. Yeah, that was a crazy one that comes to mind. The obviously the Messi goal comes to mind, and then the 8-2 win comes to mind. Letting Griezmann go was stupid. I think that's fair. I think that's fair to say that. Now, it's stupid for a couple of reasons. It's stupid because one, it is stupid and it's not stupid. You got to look at it from a point of view where Barca is a sinking ship, and they needed to get wages off the books. Griezmann had stupidly expensive wages. They would have, honestly, to a point, almost given away for free, if that's what it meant. But they, got 40 mil back from him, which is something, and they got his wages off the books, which is saving them more money than we'll ever know. So it's not the worst thing in the world, but the other thing is they didn't replace him properly. I mean, they brought in Luke de Jong. And that's why I'm so fascinated with watching Barca play this year. Seeing that transition of basically throwing players out the door for nothing and then doing everything they can to kill their wage bill so they can, survive. And it'll be interesting. And the big picture for me is, can players come up and step up? Coutinho is one. Seeing what may happen with Luke de Jong or Aguero when he comes back. I'm seeing Memphis kind of grow into a new level. It'll be interesting. I don't think they're going to have a strong season, though. Bayern win today and loses on the weekend would be the best. Yeah. Germany have their own political problems. Barca 3, Bayern 1. I hate Bayern more than any club in the world. Assuming that was a nice little Dortmund fan there. UEFA Champions League, Bundesliga teams win domestic, anyone but Bayern. Not unfair, and I would agree with that. I like seeing the Bundesliga teams do well in the Champions League, Europa League, now the Conference League. But yeah, we need to dethrone Bayern sooner than later. Barca have financial problems, so they had to sell Griezmann. They did, and listening to some of the professionals touch on it who have more knowledge than myself, they see it as a win. They got Griezmann out of there, who was being booed, was not being enjoyed at the club, wanted out, wanted to go back where things were familiar, and they gave Atletico the easiest deal in the world, a loan with option to buy for 40 mil. It's I don't know, it's quite the deal, and it seemed like a win-win for both parties. I'm not looking for the financially attacking wise. Stupid. It's a nice ball in there, and that's where Barca's gonna have to be clinical today. Is getting balls in the box and trying to take advantage of set pieces. Try to use Luke de Jong to his only advantage of having him on the pitch today. But nothing happened through that. Nice little ball. Weird to see Ter Stegen's starting against us today. Look what poor ratings that give Bayern players they did to win all cups. There's a nice little ball in there. Cleared out for a corner kick coming up for Barca. Bayern is high pressing today. And I just feel like they're really gonna take the game to Barca today. But let me know where you guys are watching from today. Are you tuning in from Canada like myself? Or are you watching from Spain, Germany? Put in your guys' location today. As a nice little ball comes in, defended relatively well. Do you think Tajon Buchanan would have played in the UEFA Champions League if he didn't return to New England? And how would he have done? He would have played if he didn't return to New England because he would have been at Club Brugge and he would have been on their squad. But unfortunately for him, he's not probably going to get any type of European competition this year. I don't see Club Brugge finishing anywhere else but 4th. I think Leipzig, City, and PSG will just be a little too much for them. And I think he would have performed okay, but it's one of the toughest groups you could have been in. So I mean, you could have said, okay, well, he would have got some nice game time in the Champions League. That's fair, but all in all, I don't know. I don't think he would have dominated in any match. That's just my opinion. I think he would have struggled because Club Brugge is not a good enough team to compete with those teams. Watching from Qatar today, watching from California, Bangladesh. Another one from California. Jealous. London, UK. Eastern England. Very nice. Any of you guys watched the United game earlier today? Seeing quite the hilarious upset there from Young Boys. Ronaldo coming on over to United, losing to Young Boys. And then also seeing Sancho yanked off early. You know what? It was nice. It was nice. I liked it. But there's a free kick coming up for Bayern in a dangerous territory. Watching from Poland, Douglas says USA camp, home of course. Yeah, I hate it when Joe Biden down here. I watched it from Mark Goldbridge, if you know. Fair. Probably would have been pretty angry with that. But we got a free kick coming up here. Dangerous free kick. It looks like Leroy Sané is to take. And right into the wall, in which was a very poor free kick. Defended well. I am from England. Dan, my man. Nicely done. Defended well there. Josh, do you think that Man United is going to give Sancho a chance to get in form like Dortmund did? I'd hope so sooner or later. Otherwise, he's just going to keep rotting on the bench. I mean, Sancho hasn't taken any of the opportunities so far. I mean, he has been played from time to time. It just hasn't really went for him, and if it doesn't, he just immediately goes back to the bench. It'd be nice to see him get a run of form. Getting yanked off so early is not good for him. It's kind of annoying. But I mean, they spent too much money for him to not give him a chance to be successful, in my opinion. But really poor start to the Champions League for United, and really poor start to Sancho's career at United as well. Ole needs to be sacked. He doesn't deserve so many good players. I just couldn't imagine being Ronaldo and going from all the incredible managers he's had over the years to Ole. I just don't rate him. And if we have any United fans in the chat, let me know if you do rate Ole. I just don't. I just don't think he's a good manager. I think he's got the job simply because he used to play for the club. And I think he's not going to win anything. I had a couple bets this year. One, I said United would go trophyless. And two, Josh Sargent wouldn't score more than 5 goals in the Prem. And I still feel confident with both of my my bets this year. Angie says, yep, I watched Ronaldo pissed off face. Yeah, he's back to United, which he likes. But he's stuck under terrible management. It's a nice little ball there to Lewandowski. Does well. Oh, Araujo does actually pretty well there. Does very, very well. Araujo, drawing the foul. Lewandowski usually does better in those situations. Hey, they kneel for social and political reasons. They do every match. Sancho should have stayed at BBB. It's not working out so well for him so far. They spent so much money on Sancho. He's been a target there for a couple years. They need to just keep playing him. He's going to find form. He's too good of a player not to. But if you guys are just tuning in, be sure to drop a like. Say hello in the chat. 0-0. There were some wild predictions. I feel like the most similar prediction we got today was 3-1 for Bayern. But so far, 10 minutes in, I think Barca's done better than I thought. The game is definitely going to be played to Bayern's advantage here, but it's just whether Barca can hold a little bit on the ball and create anything going forward. And I just see a huge weakness on that right-hand side. Sergio Roberto at right wing back is not the answer, going up against Sané and Davies. Brady has tuned in. I feel like we were going to get a couple Canadian men's national team fans tuning in today, keeping an eye on Alphonso Davies, which is, of course, a reason why I am doing the watch along. Hopefully get some of the Canadians in here, as well as our just Bundesliga fans, and, of course, the Bayern fans that I know are somewhere in the channel. That's a really good ball to Luke de Jong with absolutely zero pace. Oh, ugly run from Luke de Jong. I don't know if it was offside or not, but that was poor. Memphis Depay did so well there, holding up the ball, looking for the run of Luke de Jong. It looked like he was onside. Davies holding him on, but, I mean, when you get outrun by Benjamin Pavard, it just, oh, man, that is tough. I already feel like Lewandowski will score a few goals. It's not an unfair assumption. Araujo did really well earlier on and stopping him, but this three-man back line was, in my opinion, I thought was going to be the Achilles heel for Barca today. But so far, 12 minutes in, I think they look relatively organized. They've defended okay, and if Luke de Jong wasn't as slow as a... Oh, look at Jamal Musiala, does so well. If he wasn't as slow as... I don't even know how to describe it. An old man with a hip problem. He might have got in on goal there. Sancho at United is lacking confidence, in my opinion. He ain't doing his normal, his one-on-ones, not taking these risky passes. Yeah, and it's about finding confidence. It's about finding a way to know your teammates, know your environment, and just continually growing your game. And it just seems like it hasn't really went his way, unfortunately. But Brady says Ole's a good enough manager for Manchester's second club. Nathan says hello. Nathan, how you doing? Brady, how you doing? You guys tuning in to keep an eye on Alphonso Davies today? Yeah, I don't know. I just don't rate him. I really don't. But what can you do? What can you do? I'm not a United fan, so it's kind of funny to watch from the neutral. Old Saint Mick is tuned in. He says, how about those young boys today? Nice little touch there. Yeah. I don't know. Let me know in the chat right now. Where do you put a W or an L? If you were happy, put a W. If you were sad, put an L for the United result today. Because, I mean, like I said, not a United fan. I'm going to put a W. I thought it was hilarious. Seeing Ronaldo go back, score, get all the hype, everything you wanted to see out of this United team. They yank off Jadon Sancho after the red card, and then they lose. And I don't know. I thought it was funny. I just genuinely did. I see all W's coming in the chat. No love lost here for United. Probably expected that. It's as if Sancho is scared people will judge him if he does something stupid, which is something he doesn't care about through rough patches. Oh, nice little ball there to Sergi Roberto, who hums it over the net with his left. And yeah, and that's fair. Going to the Prem, going to where you're going to be under the spotlight all the time at United, I feel like as a player, you would be a little, I don't know, a little hesitant to try to bring your full game, especially with at Dortmund, he was the man. He just took his game to another level. He was loved by the fans. He just embraced the Bundesliga. He fit it well. Now he's going to a new club with big personalities there. Rashford, Greenwood, Ronaldo, Cavani, with a manager who's trash. So I don't know. I felt like he would have fit in a little bit better, but I guess it's not totally surprising seeing this tough start, especially seeing how Donny van de Beek came into this team. That was my worry, because I genuinely like Sancho and I didn't want to see